Fans are constantly on the edge of their seats as unexpected events frequently occur in the world of sports. From Bobby Orr's flying goal to Patrick Kane's invisible game-winning shot, the NHL has seen its share of exciting and unexpected events. The best athletes in the sport have put on legendary performances, and goalies have stunned audiences with incredible saves. This video will examine some of the most shocking and unforgettable incidents in NHL history, such as Mark Messier's infamous prediction, a rule violation that altered the course of the game, and a fight between two unlikely players that went viral. The 1970 Stanley Cup Finals include one of the most memorable events in hockey history. The St. Louis Blues were playing the Boston Bruins, and Game 7 of the series was knotted at 3-3. Defenseman Bobby Orr of the Boston Bruins scored the game-winning goal in overtime before being tripped by Noel Picard of the St. Louis Blues and launched into the air. One of the most iconic images in sports history is that of Orr flying through the air with his arms extended. The goal guaranteed the Bruins their first Stanley Cup in 29 years and solidified Orr's status as one of the all-time great players. Unexpected plays don't only result in goals, of course. Goaltenders have been responsible for some of the NHL's most surreal events. One such instance occurred during Game 2 of the 1993 Stanley Cup Finals, when Patrick Roy of the Montreal Canadiens produced what has been nicknamed the save of the century. Rob Blake of the Los Angeles Kings took a shot that appeared destined for the top corner of the goal as the Montreal Canadiens held a 2-1 lead against the Kings late in the contest. On the other hand, Roy pulled off a glove save that preserved not only the Canadiens' lead, but also guaranteed Montreal victory. It was a startling event that has since been repeated numerous times. The New York Rangers' Stanley Cup triumph in 1994 put an end to their 54-year title drought. In the Stanley Cup Finals between the Rangers and Vancouver Canucks, with the score locked at 2-2 in Game 7, Rangers forward Mark Messier made a daring prediction. With the words, "We will win tonight," Messier promised that the Rangers would triumph. Messier's goal in overtime in the third period gave the Rangers their first title since 1940. Speaking of unexpected scores, who could forget Steve Yzerman's double overtime score in Game 7 of the 1996 Western Conference semifinals? Yzerman received a feed from Igor Larionov and sent a shot from the blue line past Blues goaltender John Casey, with the score knotted 1-1 between the Detroit Red Wings and St. Louis Blues. The goal was unexpected due to the shot's distance and the fact that Yzerman had been playing with a knee injury and had missed most of the third period. For Yzerman, it was a heroic deed, and it marked a turning point in Red Wings history. The Dallas Stars played the Buffalo Sabres in the 1999 Stanley Cup Finals. A goal by Stars defenseman Brett Hull in overtime of Game 6 of the series, with the Stars leading 2-1, appeared to be the game-winning goal. It was a violation of NHL regulations at the time because Hull's skate was in the crease. The Stars went on to win the Stanley Cup despite the fact that the goal ought to have been disallowed because it was judged to be a good goal by the officials. As a result of the criticism surrounding the goal, the NHL modified its policies addressing crease violations. In Game 7 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Philadelphia Flyers in 2003, an unexpected save was made. Goaltender Curtis Joseph of the Maple Leafs made a sprawling stop on Flyers forward Simon Gagne, with the score tied 1-1 in overtime. Despite being out of position, Joseph was able to get his stick on the puck and keep it out of the goal. The Maple Leafs were capable of winning the game and moving on to the next round of the playoffs, thanks to the save. Joseph made a crucial save that Leafs supporters are still talking about today. During a game between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the New York Islanders in 2007, an unexpected event took place. Wade Dubilovich of the Islanders, who was making just his second NHL start at the time, made a stunning stop to keep a 2-1 lead in the second period. It was immediately dubbed the Miracle on Long Island and is today regarded as one of the greatest saves in NHL history. Dubilovich dove across the crease to block a shot with his stick. We must discuss the unexpected outcomes of fights before we can go on. Although fighting is not encouraged in the NHL, it is nevertheless a component of the sport, and occasionally surprising things happen. One of these moments happened in a game between the Buffalo Sabres and the Ottawa Senators in 2007. Goaltender Ryan Miller of the Sabres charged out of his goal during a line brawl to engage Senators goaltender Ray Emery. Miller had never gotten into a fight before, and seeing two goalies fighting was rare. Although Miller ultimately lost the fight against Emery, Buffalo fans admired him for his determination to stand up for his teammates. A game-winning goal scored by Patrick Kane in Game 6 of the 2010 Stanley Cup Finals is another surprise moment that comes to mind. Kane launched a shot from an awkward angle that beat Flyers goaltender Michael Layton, with the score knotted 3-3 in overtime between the Chicago Blackhawks and Philadelphia Flyers. One issue, though, was that neither Kane nor anybody else saw the puck go in. Everyone, even the referees who had to examine the play to certify the goal, didn't realize what had happened until Kane began to celebrate. The moment was bizarre, and Blackhawks supporters will never forget it. When the Vancouver Canucks and Chicago Blackhawks squared off in the playoffs in 2011, there was an unexpected fight moment. Forwards Alexander Burrows of the Canucks and Duncan Keith of the Blackhawks got into a fight during Game 4 of the series. Burrows lunged over and bit Keith's hand as the officials attempted to separate them, creating an instant hockey internet sensation. Burrows received a game-time suspension for the following contest, and the incident stained his reputation. Another unanticipated event occurred in 2012 during a match between the Nashville Predators and the Detroit Red Wings. Red Wings forward Pavel Datsyuk attempted a shot in the third period with the Predators leading 3-2, but Predators goaltender Pekka Rinne saved it. The puck, though, swung up and over Rinne's shoulder before bouncing into the goal. Predators defenseman Ryan Suter dove and batted the puck away with his hand, stopping the goal as it was about to cross the goal line. After a review, it was decided that Suter's stop was legitimate even though the action had first been called a goal. The game ended in a 3-2 victory over the Predators. In 2015, a game between the Ottawa Senators and Montreal Canadiens saw another surprise incident. P.K. Subban of the Canadiens inadvertently sent a puck into his own goal to give the Senators a 3-2 advantage with the score knotted at 2-2 in the third period. Subban was able to make amends just minutes later, though, by scoring the game-tying goal in a remarkable turn of events. In the end, a shootout was necessary to decide the winner, and the Senators prevailed 4-3. With an improbable victory over the Vegas Golden Knights in Game 7 of their first-round playoff series in 2019, the San Jose Sharks made NHL history. The Sharks were trailing 3-0 in the third period when they managed to score 4 goals in just over 4 minutes to take the lead, 4-3. The Sharks' game-winning goal was the result of a contentious penalty call against the Golden Knights to cap off the comeback. One of the most unexpected moments in hockey history, the comeback is still spoken about today. Eventually, the COVID-19 epidemic that halted the season for several months in 2020 presented the NHL with an unexpected problem. When the league finally started up again in the summer, all of the games were played in empty venues in 2 bubble cities. The NHL was still able to finish the season and name a winner, with the Tampa Bay Lightning taking home the Stanley Cup despite the odd circumstances. Finally, there's no denying that the NHL has seen its fair share of surprise plays over the years. The moments that stick with fans are the unexpected ones, whether they involve clutch goals or amazing saves. Whether it's Bobby Orr leaping into the air or Patrick Kane scoring from an awkward angle, these moments sum up what it means to be a hockey fan. Although not all unexpected events are pleasant, they all add to the NHL's colorful past. So let's toast to the unforeseen, unexpected, and jaw-dropping moments that make hockey the fantastic sport that it is. We appreciate you watching and joining us as we examine some of the most surprising plays in NHL history. Which of these plays did you like the best? Please share in the comments section. As always, click the subscribe button to receive more hockey content. Until next time, keep watching and enjoying the beautiful game of hockey.